my beautiful friends, it's Amanda here, and today we're talking about some new mini palettes from ColourPop Cosmetics. We have 6 new little ice cream themed quads. These are launching on the ColourPop website on Thursday, July 22nd at 10 a.m. Pacific time, so make sure you check the time zones if you want to be on the site at launch time. Now, these little palettes are the exact same packaging style, same shape and size as their little Sweet Life. So I'm guessing that these new little ice cream quads will be the same price as the Sweet Life quads, which is $9 US a piece. If you do decide to purchase any of these palettes, or really anything from the ColourPop site, you can use my affiliate code. The code is just Amanda in all caps. It'll save you 10%. Like I said, this is an affiliate code, so I do earn a small commission if you choose to use this code. Just want to be very upfront, make you aware of that, and I appreciate everybody who does choose to support the channel by using my code. Thank you, you're the best. You're the best. These are a heavy-duty clear plastic packaging. They don't have a clasp closure or a magnetic closure. They just sort of rely on this spring action hinge to snap shut. And of course, there's no mirror since the top is clear. I also want to point out that these pans are glued in. So some of the other square pans have been magnetic. The Fade into Hue palette, a bunch of the cardboard packaged quads with square pans. And I did a whole video actually with the 5-pan palettes that have the squares where I rearranged them. I'll link that below so you can check that out just because that's really fun. I enjoyed that video. But these in the plastic quads, these pans are glued in, so you can't swap these around. I know a lot of the draw of ColourPop palettes is that you can mix them up and make your own, which I very much enjoy doing myself, but these little quads are glued in, so you can't do that. Let's go ahead and take a close-up look at all 6 of these palettes. We'll do close-ups and swatches and get all the details. So let's take a look at each one of these palettes now. First palette we're going to take a look at is this little pinky palette called Extra Toppings. I think this is going to be a crowd favorite for a lot of people, and I'm happy to report that there are no eye safety warnings on any of these shades. We have 2 regular metallic shimmers and 2 matte shades. Next is our warm orangey palette. This one's called Triple Scoop. Can we just take a moment to say how cute the outer packaging boxes are? I wish that the palettes themselves were cardboard packaging and they had this theming because it's so cute and it just fits so well. Triple Scoop also has 2 shimmers and 2 mattes, and most of the shimmers in this collection do have a sort of shift to them. I don't know if you want to call this a duochrome. It has a shift, so yes, no, I don't know. Anyway, here are finger and brush swatches. Finger swatches are on top, and then dry brush swatches directly below. Now we're going to look at some more bright, colorful options. First up is Waffle Cone, which is half neutral and half bright colors, which is really my jam. And again, no eye safety warnings here. That is also my jam. This is the only palette that has 3 true mattes and only 1 shimmer shade. Next up, we're looking at the purple palette. This one's called Gimme Sugar. We'll see our first eye safety warning here for that really, really bright fuchsia purple shade called Gummy Bears. No surprise, often these red pigments can cause some staining or irritation for certain folks. I will put a video down in the description box for you to check out if you want to learn more about these eye safety warnings and why I think you should patch test to look out for those beautiful eyeballs of yours. I will show you swatches of these palettes. Again, same thing that I always do. These are swatched directly onto my bare skin, so I'm not using any primer. I'm not dampening my brush. Just the good old-fashioned finger and brush swatches here for you. And I will say I'm very happy to see these lighter shimmers apply so well with a brush. Sometimes even better than the finger swatch. Now we have our last two palettes. First up is a really bright pink and yellow color story. This one's Sunday Fun Day. Again, I love the packaging on these. I think these are so cute. I wish that we had those little Animal Crossing style cardboard quads with this ice cream print on the outside. This palette has two shimmers, one true matte, and then the yellow is a matte with glitter. We've seen so many yellow mattes with glitter lately. I wonder what's up with that. Lastly, we have the all pressed glitter palette. This is the Rainbow Sprinkles palette. And of course, when we look at the back here, we'll say that all four of these shades are not intended for use in the eye area. Pressed glitters like these are just not eye safe no matter what. So use at your own risk. Please remove them safely. Please use a glitter glue. Please don't use them on kids. You can also use them on your cheekbones, in your hair, on your nail polish. As long as you are a well-informed and safe using adult that understands the risks and how to use safely, then I'm all for it. And I support you. And here are the swatches. I don't do brush swatches of glitter, by the way, as you can see. Now back to my face. I do want to show you just a couple of swatch comparisons. With these quads being so small, it's actually more difficult for me to do palette comparisons with them because the color story just doesn't seem as like fleshed out and doesn't seem as specific. So I'm sure there's a bunch of comparisons that you may be wanting to see that's not in this video because I'm just doing a handful. I'm just going to try to do the ones that I think are going to be most requested and most relevant. So let's take a look at just a few comparisons for these palettes. First up, we have Blush Crush and Nude Mood. I have to say, I think the Blush Crush matchup is even closer than I expected. I am a little bit baffled. Nude Mood, not quite as similar as I expected, so I guess it's kind of a draw there. Now, the first palette that I thought of when I saw Triple Scoop was this California Love palette, and it's not nearly as close as I thought it would be. Cloud Spun is quite a bit brighter than Extra Topping, so I do think that Blush Crush and Nude Mood are a much closer match. I also wanted to compare these two with two little quads from the Sweet Life collection, since these are the more neutral from the Ice Cream Bites, and it's pretty similar. They're not exactly the same, but I think they're overall gonna look the same on the eye. Now, for this Mint to Be palette comparison, Mint to Be does not have any browns, so I just wanted to compare those minty greens, and as you can see, they are pretty much a dead ringer. So if you have Mint to Be and you are drawn to Waffle Cone because the two greens, don't be, because you already have them. And I also got a little bit of a Dream Street vibe, just those turquoisey blue greens mixed with some warm neutrals, and I think these would work well as companions and they're not so much dupes. I am not going to do glitter comparisons just for the sake of my arm, and the Rainbow Sprinkles glitters are just not very out there and exciting anyway, so I don't think they're really begging for a comparison. But I did find some pretty darn good comparisons for the Sunday Fun Day palette, and I think that the It's All Good palette is a slightly better match, but Malibu Barbie is also close enough if you're into this pink and yellow color scheme. Now that you've seen all the swatches, all the comparisons, I do want to show you a quick tutorial for the eye look that I'm wearing in this video. I used the Waffle Cone palette, and I did use all four shades in this little quad to create this eye look. So I'll give you a quick little tutorial and then I'll wrap up all my thoughts on this collection at the end. My MAC Painterly paint pot never stops putting in work. It's the same primer that I use every single time I do my eye makeup, and then I like to set that with just a little tiny bit of my setting powder. Now I'm going to the Waffle Cone palette, and I'm first taking this warm mid-tone matte shade called Chocolate Swirl and just really lightly dusting. I know it doesn't look like a light dusting, but this shadow is just way more pigmented than I expected it to be. So I'm blending that all over my crease and also just smudging that along the lower lash line. Doesn't have to be too perfect. Next, I'm taking the shade Chippy. This is the bright turquoisey green, and using a flat brush, I'm packing that onto my lid, starting in the center and then just tapping outwards to build up a solid block of that color. This actually built up really, really easily. Now I'm taking Minty Dream, that soft mint green shimmer, and using my finger, I am just sort of wiping that very gently on the inner corner and then tapping towards the center of my eye to add a little shine. Then I'm using Oh Fudge, the dark chocolate brown, on a pencil brush and really smudging that along my upper lash line to give sort of a smoky faux liner look. Then going back in with just a little bit of Chippy on the outer corner to really brighten it up. I curled my lashes and I added my CoverGirl Exhibitionist mascara. I am so hooked on this look. I love it. Who am I? I don't know, but I'm into it. When it comes to this little ice cream collection, I'm sort of 50-50 on it. I like the idea, and in fact when the Sweet Life quads came out, those were very neutral, if you don't remember that one. I had predicted that they would do some more colorful versions of these quads in the future, and I think that's kind of what we got here. These two palettes, the little pinky and orangey ones, extra toppings and triple scoop, they're kind of still neutral. It's like if neutral had a vivid dream about being a color, this is what it would be. I mean, pink and orange are still colors, but we've become very accustomed to using these as neutrals for those of us who are very active in the beauty world, I suppose. I do think they're still pretty basic, but then again, you know, there's nothing wrong with that. A lot of people love basic, myself included, so I think that these are good palettes. They're just not really that exciting. If you have a couple of eyeshadow palettes, you probably have these colors. I do appreciate the use of these little shifty duochromes though. Now let's talk about the Rainbow Sprinkles palette. I like the idea of doing a separate palette with the pressed glitters. I'm really not a fan of pressed glitters, as you probably know if you've watched any of my other videos. So I like the idea of offering pressed glitters to those who want to accept pressed glitters and not littering them throughout the other palettes and forcing them on everyone. I like that the people who want to use pressed glitters have the option, but we're not getting glitter all over everything all the time. I do think these are pretty basic colors. I wouldn't like an all glitter palette no matter what, but I do wish, you know, for my glitter peeps out there, that they had done something a little bit more exciting. These do end up looking very similar once applied to the skin, as you saw in the swatches. So I think they could have gone a little bit more fun, a little bit more colorful, and given some more variety. Plus, people who like glitters already have all these colors. Shoot, people who don't like glitters probably already have all these colors. So I like this idea, but I mean, I don't care for glitters anyway, so I guess it doesn't matter what I think. In my opinion, these three are the best from the collection. Sunday Fun Day is actually giving us this really bright color combination. We have some pinks, a bright yellow, and a very shifty duochrome white. This fits the theme, and with 4 colors, it manages to be more unique than a lot of their larger palettes that they've put out. So I think this is cute. Colors will look good together. That one is sort of the bottom of the top for me. These two are my favorites. This one, obviously, everybody saw coming because I love purple. It's my favorite eyeshadow color. Do I have a million purple palettes and certainly these exact colors? Yes, I do. Will I ever not love a purple palette? Probably not. This is the wild card. Maybe. Is it? I'm pretty sure I like green eyeshadow now. I've been saying this for months. I've been wearing, loving, liking, favoriting green eyeshadow for pretty much the entirety of this year. So I think it's time that I just give up the facade. I like green eyeshadow. Here's a mint green and turquoise green little color combo. I love it. I feel bright, bold, sassy, fresh, fun, and ready to order some ice cream. So yeah, I guess that's it. This is the turning point. Officially, I like green eyeshadow, and this is the best of all 6 of these palettes in my opinion. Still not sure who I am, but she's sassy and I like her. Now's the time when I want to hear what you think about these palettes. Are you interested? Will you be picking these up? Which one's your favorite? Is anybody surprised that I like green eyeshadow? Because I am, and I feel like you aren't going to be. I love to hear what you think about things too, so make sure you leave all your thoughts down in the comments below. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye! Okay, cool. Let's try that again. Alright, doing great. Take the most. What am I trying to say? Ooh, take this part, put it back at the beginning. Do you know what this means? Because I don't. Nailed it. Or anything from the ColourPop palettes. Honestly, what happened? How did we get here? And why do I feel completely natural wearing this eyeshadow? For those of you who stick around to the end, make sure you go and check out my little recap on the Powerpuff Girls collection, because there's a full collection giveaway in that video. So watch it, like it, enter it, and I don't know, just thanks for hanging out. How am I the most awkward person? I've been on camera so much for so many years, and I still just feel like the most awkward person ever. Anyway, it's fine. Everything's fine. Okay, I'm gonna go finish this water. It's hot. Drink water, wear sunscreen, wash your hands. I love your face. I love your face so much. Take care of it, okay? Alright, see you soon. Bye!